Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Gonna review L'Eau d'Issey for you guys today from the house of Issey Miyake. And just to be 100% honest with you guys, I do some of my reviews ahead, and I've got the Mets versus the Nationals, second game of their 3-game series at Citi Field. They won the game last night with the Conforto walk-off and the big Todd Frazier home run. So hopefully nothing will happen as I record this, and I'll be able to watch that and just have it in the corner of my eye and go through this review for you guys. Now, I've reviewed two others from the brand of Issey Miyake, Summer 2013 and Noir Absolute. The only other one that I own from this brand is Issey Blue, which I will absolutely get to. It's actually going to be featured on an Instagram post in the next couple of days. So if you don't check my Instagram out, please do check it out at VVS Fragrance. I do my scent of the day. I do a lot of grooming stuff. I do a lot of fashion, tech stuff on there as well. So it's sort of an extension of this channel. As far as what else I'm interested in from this brand, I definitely want to check out the Noir Ambre flanker, the Noir Argent flanker, the Parfum version of L'Eau d'Issey. But I'm not going to lie to you, if I don't get to check out another flanker from this house, I'm not going to cry about it. I wish they'd sort of do something new, which is why I sort of like blue. So, you know, I'm a little bit sick of the Issey flankers. But if you're interested in backstory on this Japanese house, check out the video that I did on the Summer 2013 flanker when I got it, which was back in 2013. It's one of my earliest videos. I picked it up at Sephora. But for now, we're going to get into this Ragcom legendary scent. I got this bottle at Duane Reade Pharmacy, believe it or not. This was sitting at their closeout counter in a busted-ass box, and the cap was shot, and it was it's a 40 ml bottle, and it was for $10. And you know, bottles of this range for $20 to $30 online, depending on the size. So I probably should have just gotten a real bottle of it, even though this is a real bottle. But I had to get rid of the cap because it was cracked and the bottle was crushed. But I saw it for that price, and I just decided to get it. It's very affordable if you're interested in it. It's a 1994 release. The perfumer Jacques Cavalier, and the notes are coriander, mandarin orange, cypress, yuzu, tarragon, lemon verbena, bergamot, sage, lemon, cologne, nutmeg, mignonette, bourbon, geranium, saffron, cinnamon, lily of the valley, blue lotus, vetiver, musk, sandalwood, tobacco, cedar, and amber. You guys have seen the bottle before. This is only the 40 ml. I had to get rid of that cap. The cap is beautiful on this. I'm sure you've seen it. It's the bottle on this. The 150 ml bottles on this are just stunning. They're tall. The lines are really clean. You can even see the lines on this. So I feel like the way that this fragrance came out, the way that it looked when this fragrance came out was just pretty amazing, and it really fit the aesthetic of the actual scent. And this is such a brilliant scent. If you've never smelled this, the combination of yuzu fruit, which is a sort of a cross to me between lemon, orange, and grapefruit, the yuzu fruit with lemon verbena and nutmeg is just so brilliant, and cypress. It's just such a master job of perfumery. I mean, it's impossible to get any citrus to last naturally, especially yuzu. To retain the natural smell of yuzu and make it last by using cologne and a big whack of nutmeg is just unbelievable. And to think that this was created over 20 years ago when there weren't as many high-end synthetics available just makes it all the more stunning to me. I remember smelling this one for the first time back in the day and not being new to the concept of a citrus scent, but this was such a 180. It was such a new citrus scent. It had such depth to it. It had a almost savory creaminess from the woods and the spice and the green notes. It's a brilliant scent. To my nose, it's timeless, and there are some good flankers out there, but the OG is the OG, and thankfully I feel like this hasn't gone through a horror of reformulations. For me, this feels pretty close to the original. Whether it performs the same, we'll talk about in a few seconds, but for me, this is one of the best designer men's scents ever. One of the best citrus scents ever. And I just need to own this the same way I need that D&G Homme vintage. I need that Fahrenheit. I need that Nautica OG. I need that Polo Sport Lamal. I still need to get both of those, actually. I missed out on the Lamal Supreme bottle. These are just classics and part of my life. And the last thing I'll say about the way that this smells is there's a pretty prominent cologne note in this. And cologne is really also prominent in Acqua di Gio, which I wore heavy, but I don't like as much as this. I feel like the cologne was too forward in Acqua di Gio, so I can't put these on the same plane. I just don't love ADG like this because that cologne note is just too much there for me. But here it's balanced so well as a modifier for that yuzu that this is just really special. I really appreciate the genius that went into this, and it dries down to a woody, spicy, green vetiver scent with a hint of musky soapiness, and for me it stays really beautiful for the entire ride. Performs well for what it is. It's a citrus aromatic, or I guess you technically call this like probably a woody aquatic, but this for me for the most part is a freshie and will give you 6 to 8 hours pretty easily. And I think this is pretty unisex, to be honest. I could see women pulling this one off, but it's a classic men's scent. Either way, you're good. Signature scent worthy. Best for the spring and summertime. I think ideally this is a great casual or work scent in the spring and summer as well. Great casual day scent, but you could go dressed up with this one pretty easily. It's a jack of all trades scent, really versatile. Now, as far as comparisons, if you just are looking for something different and don't want this, there's lots of flankers at this. Don't know there's a clone that I've come across that's a lot like this, you know, more so with Acqua di Gio and Lamal. There's a lot of flankers that come close, but there's one fragrance that I own called Fujiyama Homme, which is very cheap, and he used to be pretty prevalent at the discount, you know, TJ Maxx sort of spots, and that's, I don't want to say it's close to this, but it has the same vibe as this one. People also say Perry Ellis 18 Intense is similar to this. I haven't smelled that one. If you're looking for another nice scent with yuzu, you could check out Eau de Cartier's Zeste de Soleil, which I've reviewed, I think. You could check out Kenzo L'Eau Parfum. You could check out Still Life by Olfactive Studio, Tokyo Mama Fizz by Smell Bent, Yuzu Faux by Parfum d'Empire, Pour Homme L'Eau by Azzaro. There's lots of really nice yuzu scents out there. If someone were trying to talk you into getting this scent, I think they'd say that it's a great citrus scent, it's a great performer, and there's a very fair price for this one. Really cool bottle, groundbreaking at the time. There weren't a lot of fragrance bottles that came with these beautiful lines, this sort of sleekness. I think on the flip side, if someone were trying to get you to skip this one, I think they'd say that it's really not the most natural citrus scent out there, and this it could, not for everybody, it could smell dated for some folks. For me, guys, I think this is a solid 9 out of 10. It's not just a great scent, but a well-composed scent for a very fair amount of money. Not just classic and original, good quality here. Hard to do better. Hard to do better for the money for this kind of scent. You can wear this whenever, however, and wherever you want. I appreciate work like this. I do think Issey Miyake has taken this too far with the flankers, but I think I understand why. They really had a winner, and they're trying to capitalize, and that's just sort of what, you know, good business people do, and they crushed this one. I think this is one of the best designer citrus scents ever, as far as I'm concerned. And you know, I just love Japanese products. If you followed this channel for a while, you know, you have heard me talk about Uniqlo and Muji, and I'm going to be doing a video on Japan Crate, which sends you, you know, snacks and stuff from Japan. I'm just really big into Japanese culture. Katagiri, which is a supermarket on 59th Street, is one of my favorite places to just shop. So again, you know, between Uniqlo and Muji and Katagiri, I really enjoy Japanese culture. And I think this is a great fragrance, regardless of where it came from. But I think the fact that, you know, this was produced by a Japanese brand makes it that much more special. And using that yuzu no, which was, you know, I don't want to say totally foreign to fragrance at the time, but certainly didn't pop like it did prior to L'Eau d'Issey. I think is really special. So I recommend checking this one out. If you're a vet, you already know about this one. And if you're new to this game, then, you know, you got to do your math, you got to do your history. If you listen to hip hop, you know, you want to go back, you want to listen to Big and Tupac and stuff like that. You want to go all the way back, you want to listen to Run DMC and, you know, Furious 5, Fat Boys, Schoolie D, you know, Grandmaster Flash, all that. So it's just doing the math and the knowledge, and, you know, the classics stay alive. And I think this is a classic, and, you know, this should have a spot in any real fragrance rotation, even just for the collection purpose and the fact that it's super affordable. So guys, that is my review of L'Eau d'Issey pour Homme by Issey Miyake. Let me know what you think of this one. If you think I've done this one justice, if you think its time is gone, you know, I'm happy to hear opinions either way. I'm not, obviously not omniscient. So let me know what you think, and I'll be back real soon with more videos, guys. And the Mets fell behind in the top of the 8th to the Nationals, of course. That's being a Met fan. Hopefully they'll finish this one off. I'll see you guys next week with more videos.
And I'll take your ass back to the crib. You know what time it is. Lounging before SWAT raid. This motherfucker owe me money and he just got paid. You know what time it is. Flow vomitous, one verse burst the momentous. Whenever drugs in the spot. You know what time it is. Going for the gusto, I know what time it is.